Natalie Montlouis. I am a PhD candidate in cultural studies, and yes, I would like to tell you a bit about me and how I grew up. I am from Martinique, a French Caribbean island. The population is the majority of Afro-Caribbean people, so I never felt I was part of the majority growing up. I never felt special. I was me. I was Natalie Montlouis, the child of Denis and Marthe, and that was who I was. Every Sunday, my dad used to take an aloe plant and put it in our hair just before the shampoo. Say, yeah, do it. It's gonna grow. It's gonna be fun, and you look fine. Just go ahead with it. And strangely enough, getting that validation from my father, I never felt like I needed to change the way I looked for anyone, because I was fine the way I was. My dad said so, so if my dad said so, that was fine. So as a teenager, I never straightened my hair, and I never had the need to do so. So I think I grew up with a very strong sense of who I was, and a very confident in my appearance. Well, you're never happy with the way you look, but I was never traumatized like, oh, I need to change my nose, or I need to change my skin tone, or I need to change my hair, because that's just the way I was. And as my father said, I was fine like this, so I was fine. The memory that I have of my mom doing my hair is sitting between her legs, and then she just like, you have your dad's hair. The first time that I felt like I was different, I was becoming different, was when I came to the UK to study. I came to the UK to do my PhD at SOAS, and wow, when I first arrived there, I realized that I was a black woman. Well, let's understand each other. Like, you're a black woman. It's either, and not any black woman. I was some sort of loudmouth activist, like troublemaking black woman, just because the way I looked, because I had my hair natural. I used to work in a company. The majority was white people, and they were amazed whatever I used to do with my hair. It was just like a showstopper. Like, phew, what is she doing today? Oh, she has her hair like this. Oh, is it all yours? And all those questions. I was never like, this neutrality, this anonymity that I had in Martinique was denied to me when I came to England, because I was no longer me. I was, oh, Natalie, the girl with the funny hair, so what can your hair do? And getting all those questions and all this attention.
Other women, extremely poor women, not the women.
Yeah, it's a whole system.
Sure.
It's a colonization.
Yes. I mean, the whole thing with African history, I mean, slavery is actually not our history. That's white history.
What really offended me was the response that I got from the black community, because to be honest, when I came to England, it was really hard for me to feel beautiful, because in Martinique I'm fine, I'm beautiful, whatever. But when I came here, no one used to take me on. Absolutely no one. No one, and it was hard. Like, I came to a party, and then some guy came up to me and said, oh, you know, if you didn't have your hair natural, we could have talked together. I said, why would you say so? He said, oh yes, you natural hair women always argumentative, or you're always like fussing about something, and you belong to that clique with the dashiki and the burning incense, and you always like contesting. I said, what? Where does that come from? Because I've never seen I do not own a dashiki. I do have incense, but
it's a little bit like the assumption that white men have long. Some do, but there's a lot of brunettes out there, redheads, that have reasonable relationships. And so, not all white guys prefer long hair. And likewise, I think many black men like natural hair. And I think maybe we've been blamed. Sometimes we've been blamed a little bit for the weave, when it's not necessarily something we've asked for, but something that.
I am normal, and I refuse to be put into some sort of how do you call that? folder or a file. I don't want to be classified as anything, because I am Natalie Montlouis. I'm still the child of my parents. I'm still very proud of who I am and where I'm from, and I'm very confident with the way I look and what I am.
My parents are from Sierra Leone, and when my mum used to do my hair, and tell mum my hair's hurting, they have a saying, and it goes, "Yanga, napin." And that means to be beautiful, you have to go through some sort of pain.
Exactly.
So from a very young age, we were taught that, well, if if it hurts, it's okay, as long as you're going to be beautiful at the end of it, or as long as you think you're going to be beautiful at the end of it.
And it does go back to what you were saying about time as well, because I know parents who have 5 girls, have to work 2 jobs, 5 black children doing their hair. It's a lot, and they would start relaxing their hair from a young age, because you don't have time for that. You're living in a society where you've got to work, you've got to provide, and things are tough. So going back on what you said, there is time, and we also don't have that sort of lifestyle where sitting down, we're doing your hair, you have that ritual, that family thing. We don't have that anymore in this country. We're losing that.
That we as black women have the right to be normal and be apolitical in the way we look. Like, the way we look shouldn't say that, oh, she's into, like, she's into some sort of movement. Well, no, that's just the way my hair grows out of my head. This is the most natural thing ever. What can we do to bring about the fact that we are normal women? We're not black women, we are women. And as such, we deserve to be respected, loved, and treated like normal human beings. Like, I do not want you to come and touch my hair, and I do not want you to come and say, oh, you're some sort of activist. So what do? So I've looked at so I've started to organize thanks to the Images of Black Women Film Festival, as well as the Black History Walks. Those people have helped me have given me a platform to voice my opinions. So what I've done, I've looked at different ways that women could experience, be agents of their own lives and their own appearance. Because what I've done, I've created a lot of small talks about different small topics, but they all come under the same thing. It's about symbolic violence done to the image of black women. So the symbolic violence, so I'll start the little academic thing right now. I'm taking it from Pierre Bourdieu, who's talking about symbolic violence as a system that you could never enter. For instance, if you hang out with the right crowd of people, if you go to the specific schools, you will find those people, and if you go to those schools, you'll get the jobs that will allow you to get the position, the distinction that will allow you to have the money. So it's some sort of circle which is very difficult to enter, and it is a violence. It should be fine because this is just networking, let's say, like you have a community, but the danger with this thing is that this circle is what other people who do not belong to it, feel that this is what they want to achieve, this is what they feel that is normal, and this is what everyone should aspire to, because this is the idea of success. And in order for you to be successful, you have to look like them, and then the fact that you look like them but you can never be them, this is how it becomes a violence done to you, because I can never be a white woman. I will not be able to change, to fit. So you do have a lot of people like bleaching their skins, altering the way they look, trying to fit in some sort of jeans, and because you want to look like, let's say those 4 women in Sex and the City, for instance, like you have that big shoulder. Ooh, this is the height of fashion style, and you want to look like it, but you have a big bum. So it is difficult. So this is what I understand in terms of violence.
So the first thing is to know about our identity, to believe in yourself, and to know about your history, to know about everything that happened before, and to be able to keep your hair and to teach the same thing for your children. I saw so many children with the straight hair. They're only 4 years, 2 years. The parents already do the straight hair. So it's good to know about your identity first.
So thank you very much, and
just wanted to share my vision of because she introduced the talk with this kind of clique and really high pressure in the community about what we have to look like and how we have to behave regarding our appearances. So yeah, it was to say we have a kind of ceiling that if we want to access a certain level of responsibility or a certain level of hearing, we need to change the way we look and just give up our Negro or African attributes, so hairs, the body shapes, and even sometimes the color of our skin. But the solution she came with was really interesting.
A lot of the women are very interested in this topic. Personally, I'd like to see more. I know we only had about 2 hours. I think it's definitely a discussion that needs to be continued and shared with more people. It's definitely something that is affecting us and our younger ones as well. So very positive, and I think this should just be the beginning, and we should keep on this conversation. It should not end now. I think it's something we're definitely going to keep talking about.
I think it was quite informative. There's some interesting discussions took place today. I think we need more of this sort of thing happening. We need more awareness.
It's true what the girl was saying about people only have their reference from what they see on TV stuff. When I went to Japan, people thought I was either American, African, or Brazilian, because that's where they know that black people come from. And you draw Barbados on a map and they go, what, where, how? And you think, oh, tourism isn't doing a very good job. But I think people just need to relax a little bit. It's just who we are and it's just what we are. And stop wearing these awful wigs and weaves with like a rat nest on the head.
It's very informative. I've been to a lot of lectures. A lot of the same information sometimes, but every lecture that I've been to has given me something new, more to explore, and I'm loving this one because it's more about our women and what we need to do, and I think that's very important for our children and our upbringing of our men. So I look forward to the next one. Thank you.
Let's work together as a community together and not against ourselves.
Depuis à son café là